This is the American Biafran veteran. That is, we are Biafrans who have fought in American wars and are currently in American military services. ABVet. That is who we are. Welcome. Welcome to another session. Now, I would like to explain something. We are the American Biafran veterans who have served and currently serving in the armed forces of the United States. Clearly, we are still serving in the armed forces of the United States. I disclaim this, that our guests are invited or requested for public interest. Their opinions does not represent the views of ABVet. That is our disclaimer from the beginning. So we let everybody know that anybody that we invite have their own views and are responsible for their views. But they are invited to speak freely. Just speak. Let's talk about it. Whatever the issues, let's talk about it. And of course, today's very interesting issues is the enemy within. Whom are the enemies within our community? Who are they? Let us put this in our head. No doubt about it, as we're trying to restore the nation of Biafra, there are enemies inside that are trying to keep us from doing that, to keep 70 million people from establishing their own nation. I don't know. Can you hear me? Somebody, say, wave or so, do something. Nena, can you hear me? Anybody?
We can hear you loud and clear.
My God bless you. God bless you. God bless you.
Thank you, sir.
A serious talk, serious business. We have a problem. You know, since 1967 all the way down to 1950s. Oh my God. I was a small boy. And we have been fighting seriously for a long time. Just trying everything possible to create our own nation, renew our own nation. As Chief Asebe once said, there was a nation. And many people should read his book. And that is a nation that have already been in place. A nation with its own funds, money. A nation with its own flag. Geographically, a nation with its own elected officials. There was a nation. Okay. We went to war to try again to restore a nation. And quite unprepared, we did not do very well. And it cost us dearly. But that does not mean that we stop. This is Chief Obidike. And I am saying to you, we did not stop then. We're not stopping now. Those who do not understand, and we're trying to focus this, let's talk about it, to the English-speaking countries of the world. We're talking to the world. The enemies within us. We're not the only country that have enemies within. How do we stop them from us being able to function and live and collaborate with ourselves within our family? How do we stop the enemies within? What must we do? Must we fight again? Then so be it. Because apparently, the generations of yesteryears, or today, in fact, the generations are saying that what happened to our forefathers, what our forefathers did and tried, they will not allow it to happen. Our youths are saying it. Our women are saying it. Mama is saying it. Papa is saying it. Everybody are saying it. And are saying it loud and clear. So what do we do? How do we stop these enemies within our community? People that just can cross the border and walk into our neighborhood and our community and just gallantly do whatever they want to do, rape our women, beat up and kill our people left and right. Hey, what do we do? How do we stop this enemy within? I don't care if they're in Europe. I don't care if it's Queen Elizabeth. I don't care who it is. Europeans, Asians, we have quite frankly identified who they are, and we need to identify more. Yes, we have identified who some of these enemies are. Now the question is, what do we do about it? My dear sisters, I'm going to need your help. I'm going to need your help. You tell me to identify, to tell them, let's talk about it. My goodness. Let's say something. This is not going to, we will not allow this to happen again. We must move forward. And if we do not know who they are, somebody tell me, tell us, let's talk about it. Who are these enemies that are within our community? Who are they? Where are they from? Are they, some of them, they say they're governors, and so forth. Okay. But we've identified some of them. Oh, yeah, we're going to put them on the walls of shame. In Biafra land, where are they? Who are they? Everybody in Biafra land must point their fingers. That's the enemy right there. That's the person who's giving us all this problem. Who have killed Mama. That's the one. IPOBs. My dear sister, the indigenous people of Biafra, we have enemies inside. Let's call it what it is. We have enemies within. And that's what you and I are going to talk about. That's what you and I are going to let the world know about. That is what we're going to talk about. Inside our own, in our community, inside the indigenous people of Biafra, wonderful people, we have enemies. Let's not be ashamed to say who they are. Well, our guest today, Nnamdi Kanu's brother, Kawunta Kanu. He opted out. He went someplace else. I know that some people have feelings about him. I know that some people like him. Nnamdi Kanu's own personal brother. I know that some people don't like him. I'm hearing it. There are some speculations, but I don't like speculation. This is Chief OBDK. I don't like speculation. I like facts. Tell me the truth. Let's look at the truth, because we cannot sustain, we cannot survive if there is an enemy within us and we don't say who that enemy is. I don't care if it's Nnamdi Kanu's brother. I don't care if it's Buhari. I don't care who it is. It doesn't matter. We are American Biafran veterans, and we really don't care about who that person is. And we want them identified. We've identified some, but not all of them. And I'm on your Monday nibble. Mine on uno. Are you in the village? Wherever you are, point that enemy out. Everybody should know that who that enemy is. My dear sisters, Nena.
Yes.
My sister.
Thank you.
I'm calling you. Rosemary Ekenekunga. Felix Ekenenga. You're all so wonderful people. I greet you. My blood is boiling. Let's go. We cannot take any more. We will not take any more. It's time for everybody to shout. There he is. There she is. No matter who it is. Nena Biano. Enemy within.
Okay.
Talk to me, my sister. No.
Ndewo,
my sister.
Mazi, ndewo ụmụnne na ụmụnna agbakọrọ ebe onye nwe anyị gọzienụ. Yeah, ndewo. The enemy within is the worst thing that will happen to any man in life. Is the worst thing that can happen to any nation in life. It is the worst thing that can happen to any family in life. Because, I'm sorry, those who doesn't speak Igbo, I will make this Igbo proverb and I will interpret it. The Igbo proverb say that, oke no n'ụlọ, but oke no n'ama, na azụ no na ngịga. The rat in the house told the rat in the bush that there is fish inside the kitchen. There is fish, dry fish. And it's the same rat that will bring this rat from outside and lead him to the place where the fish is kept. And that's what we are experiencing in Nigeria, in Biafra land today. Even in our own immediate family, which is the indigenous people of Biafra. IPOB actually is a movement, but it is a people. IPOB means indigenous people of Biafra. So whether you are an oath taker or you are a registered member, you are an indigenous person of Biafra today, because that is who we are. But unfortunately, we team together in the era of our leader, Nnamdi Kanu. We work together to fight for one common goal and one common enemy. The goal to restore Biafra and the enemy of Biafra, which is the zoo and its cohorts. And unfortunately, the enemies within IPOB made way and sold our leader. And our leader is now in the dungeon, where he is as helpless as a grasshopper that is in the bottle and cocked up. But there is hope. There is hope. The hope is that his extensive preaching for 3 years, at least let me take from 2017 till 2021, he has multiplied himself in us. And we will continue from where he stopped. the original indigenous people of Biafra will continue from where Nnamdi Kanu stopped. There are also members of indigenous people of Biafra who are the enemies within, and we are identifying them. And we are identifying them not by what they say or themselves, but by their own mouths, by their own words. We are able to pinpoint them one after the other. Let me warn Nigerian government. If they believe that they are holding Nnamdi Kanu in dungeon, there are millions of Nnamdi Kanu out there let loose that will do more than what Nnamdi Kanu has done. And Biafra must be restored. No man will stop it. And to the enemies within, your Waterloo will soon come. If you are among those who are sabotaging Biafra, the restoration of Biafra, who are in IPOB, who are in the headship of IPOB, beware that mantle that was given to Nnamdi Kanu was given to him by the people. The people can also get another person who will act on behalf of Nnamdi Kanu. And as soon as our leader comes, the leadership of IPOB will go back to the owner, the rightful prince of the Biafran population, Nnamdi Kanu. But whoever that believes that because he's an enemy within, the enemy within in Biafra include the politicians. I must not mix words. All the politicians, all the Ezes, all the church leaders who have met to meet with Buhari and told them that IPOB had been defeated, that ESN, I'm not saying it, I just read it right now. There is a press release by our able secretary, Emma Powerful. It is here. He released a press conference yesterday, or is it today? Castigating all the men and women who went to the Aso Rock to tell Buhari that IPOB and ESN have been defeated. It's unfortunate. We are strong and alive. We cannot be defeated. So, and this is the warning. And for those leadership in IPOB who also believe that ESN have been defeated, you are a liar. We are all alive. And ESN will rise like a colossus upon the mountain. And it will open and swallow every enemy of Biafra and every enemy within. I will stop here so that
no, you're
others
not.
can talk.
No, you're not. We're not going to let you stop. I'm not letting you stop. There is a question I want to ask you. I'm not letting you stop. Kanu, why is he not here? Why did this, my brother, whoever he is, and I call him a brother only because we're male. Why did he tell us here that he is going to show up? I want you, Nena, put a word on that. Tell us.
Well, I don't know, but I read something yesterday, or is it yesterday where I read an information that he will be appearing to another platform today. And when I read it, I felt that our own appearance may not come to pass. I just had that promotion. And I did call Colonel early this morning. I said, is our brother still coming to us? And the answer was no. I knew. But you know what? There is an Igbo edit that also said that if you are a true leader, appear both in the favorable and unfavorable platform to hear out the truth. Because those platforms you consider favorable, we play ball with you. Whereas those platforms you consider unfavorable, where you have to really break a hard knot. And it is those platforms that will push you up and bring you to the limelight. Because the courage to appear at this advert will give you opportunity to speak with men and women who will ask you a hard question. And when you answer it, and you answer it favorable, then you will begin to consider in any way whether you are up to the standard of the leadership we are looking for. Now, what our brother has done is to elect himself as the leader of IPOB. But Biafra has not given him any mandate. We have not sanctified him. He has not gone through the school of certification. This is one of the schools where he can come. We give him exam, we mark it, and we give him a pass mark. And this platform, we begin to project him as a true leader of IPOB. So leadership is not about grabbing money and making threats. That is not leadership. Leadership is breaking hard nuts and asking hard questions. Please come and answer. Mazi Kanunta, come to this platform and answer hard questions. And when you do it, we will look at you and know whether you are truly going to replace our leader. For now, that post is vacant. Nobody can occupy it for now. Thank you.
Nena, thank you. I want you folks to listen. All of you that is so listed, so many of you here, is unbelievable. Listen to this. A message from Mazi Kanunta. Kano.
There was a good day, sir. Go to Makana hot again. Because I can make a man. I want an emergency. I won't be around tomorrow. I may travel. I will be traveling out of the country. So I can work because of this broadcast. Please. I'm very sorry. Very, very sorry. Thank you, sir.
Okay. It's almost 12 hours for the day before the show begins. That he sent this message. Well, Rosemary, the enemy.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, my sister. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
The enemy is within. You're welcome. The enemy is within. You heard the message.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, Chief Obidike. It's an honor to be here again today with you and these honorable members of the ABVet organization. I thank each and every one of you for giving us this, this huge opportunity. My people, my Biafran people all over the world, I greet you wherever you are. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to some of you.
Okay, I'll go to sleep now. I will not. I'm not going anywhere.
Anywhere, any day, anytime, I always greet you because it's because of each and every one of you, especially our people in the motherland, that will come out, give us the motivation to do what we do every day. Our people, the Igbo people, in our Igbo dialect says, there is a reason for everything. Mazi or Mr. Kanunta Kano, he cannot face the people that you are looking at on this panel today. So there is a reason he has to check out. So my people, I thank you. The enemy within and the enemy around us, who are they and where are they?
Yes.
First of all, we are all Biafrans.
Amen.
I am a member of IPOB.
Yes, ma'am.
Under the leadership of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We took oath to belong to that organization. On the other hand, I am Mwada Rosemary Williams. I am also under the group association of Umuada. Umuada on their own, not everybody in that group is IPOB member. Few of us are IPOB members. And we are fighting from the other angle, that angle too. So Umuada Biafra worldwide send us to represent them today. So I'll be talking from that point of view.
Okay.
Okay.
Come on.
So, but still, I will let my people know where these things began. How did we get here? What happened? Our brother, our son, our father, our husband, and the leadership, supreme leader of IPOB, the indigenous people of Biafra, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. This is our brother, as Umuada we are, as Umuada we are. And he is leading the entire Biafra that is under the IPOB group. He was kidnapped in Kenya and extraordinarily renditioned back to Nigeria, where he has no passport of them. He denounced Nigerian government. He denounced everything about them. And our people want to know, how did Wara enter the Opiubogoro? When he was kidnapped, everywhere was silent, deafening. And the women, IPOB women in United States of America, under the leadership of Mrs. Bridget Okerafo, Mrs. Bridget Okafor, we started talking. We started moving about. We go to the broadcast for the radio broadcast. We went to Mazi Simon Ekpa. We want to know what happened. Why is everywhere silent? At a point, we want to know exactly what happened. We started investigation. We called the head of DOS, the head of DOS, Mazi Chike Doziem. 3 times he declined, but he sent us one of the DOSs, Mazi Chinasa Nworu. We spoke with Mazi Chinasa Nworu. Then we called the general meeting. The first time we spoke with Chinasa Nworu, it was only 4 of us, the executives. Then after that, we called him back. And then when he was coming with Mazi Ofoma, the DOS for the publication, for the broadcast, IPOB broadcast. When he was coming with Mazi Ofoma, then we bring the meeting to the general platform of the Biafra women in United States. We asked them questions and they answered us. And we talk about why they did not allow Mazi Simon Ekpa to broadcast on the radio as was directed by our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And they gave us their answers. Then the 3rd time, we were doing a broadcast, the women broadcast with the Umuada, because it's from that broadcast that this present Umuada worldwide spring up after reshuffling and reshuffling. So I think, I'm not sure of that date, but if anybody could go back as August 16, 2021, and search for the interview, the Umuada interview with the head of DOS, Mazi Chike Doziem. If you have not listened to that, please Google it. It's still out there, and listen. And then you see where our problem started. Because from the interview we had with Chinasa Nworu and the interview we had with Chinas Anworu and Mazio Former, and the interview we had with the head of DOS, Mazi Chike Doziem, they're all speaking one voice. They told us that Kanu Ntakanu, the brother to our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and Caroline Uchenna Okerafo, the secretary to our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, both of them, Kanu Ntakanu and Caroline Okerafo, were the people that knew exactly what happened to our leader.
Okay.
They had the top person in Kenya. So they, both of, yes, sir.
You know I love you. You know I love you. But okay, here, man. These kinds of things, so that we can stay as much on the topic of the enemies within. I'm not sure whether you're leading me in that direction or so can you come back? You know, because I want to hear you. I want to hear more of that enemy within. Can you, in your own view, however you do it,
okay,
take me back to
the enemy within we are talking about, sir. We are talking about from where the water entered the Pubogoro, because it's within the house. So we have been working on this. We know that that's where everything started, Shifo Bidike.
Okay.
Because our leader was kidnapped.
Okay.
And then these people, where I mentioned Mazi Kanu Ntakanu, because he is parading himself as that he has taken over and he is in charge. Yeah, he's in charge of the legal team of our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And now he is saying that he is in charge of the DOSs. And now he is saying that he is in charge of IPOB. So how can you know what happened to your brother in Kenya? You did not tell us. You allowed him to stay there for 8 days or so, and before they take him back to Nigeria, and he is still in that dungeon till today. That's where I'm coming from. He's still in that dungeon till today.
Okay.
And
now you're bringing
everything that people want to do to bring him out, starting from sit at home, starting from Attorney Bruce Fenn, starting from any other meaningful thing that the IPOB and Umwada and Biafra in general want to do to bring our people, our brother out, who is a leader, the supreme leader of the IPOB.
Okay.
And they put head, you know, they put their leg on his neck and then be jumping about and telling us who is in charge. By the way, is this the time to claim for somebody who is your blood, for somebody who is in your family, your senior brother? What are you doing to bring him out? From the first week, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped, was the first time Kanu Ntakanu started meddling with the finance of the IPOB.
Okay. Again, I'm going to ask you, I know we're going to go to that subject matter when we put that topic on. Oh boy, I can't wait to hear more. Hey, my ears are just itching.
Okay, let's keep Kanu Ntakanu's case aside. You see, all those people that call them the political elites in Biafra land, the Ohaneze Ndị Igbo, the southeastern governors,
Mm-hmm.
and also there are another people we are pointing hand at are the British government.
Uh-oh. Are they the enemies within?
Because they are working with the enemies within.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So
Okay.
all these people, they are the ones, the southeastern governors are the ones that are working with the Fulanis, and the ones that are working with the Nigerian government are the ones that want to decrease, by all means, they want to decrease the population of the Biafran youths so that they will be able to, do that, to come and wipe us out. So Ohaneze Ndị Igbo is working with them. Ohaneze Ndị Igbo want political solution because they want to this 2023 presidency. We don't want presidency from Nigeria. We don't want anything to do with the Nigerian government anymore. We want our total freedom. We want Biafra.
Correct.
Biafra or Biafra or Biafra.
No doubt about it. We want Biafra, but now I'm going to...
We want us.
We will get us. Now, Rosemary, I want to remind everybody who is on this, my goodness, on this board is full of people. I want to remind you of the disclaimer that we have had and we have expressed from from the indigenous people of Biafra, from ABVet. The disclaimer is simple. We invite everyone to speak. Let's talk about it. We want you to make absolutely sure to be aware that everything that you say is your own, is your opinion, and not that of ABVet. That is the disclaimer. Now, Rosemary, I love you. We're going to go ahead and bring on Bridget. Bridget, the IPOB Women Wing. Are you there? Are you muted? Unmute.
Mazi, good morning.
This is Chief OBDK. Good morning, my dear sister. And there will email. My goodness, there's so many people. Come, welcome everybody.
We thank God. We thank God.
There you are.
I'm just for an information. I'm just here as an invitee. I was invited to come.
Yes.
I am not part of the group per se.
Okay.
I want to know what is going on because everybody is asking me, why am I so quiet? Why am I not saying anything? And I have a very strong reason for being so quiet.
I understand that.
But Colonel Ogbonna is one of the honorable men that when he says something to me, I have to obey.
Okay.
So he invited me, and I am here with you all.
Welcome. So we will, Adida Amaka, we will bring you back, my dear sister. We have your time. No problem. Adida Amaka, Kebino.
I'm here, Chief. I'm here.
Oh, my dear sister.
Can you see me?
Did I call your name wrongly?
Well, you normally call Ndidi Amaka, so I don't know what's going on.
Oh, Ndidi Amaka. Okay, come on. Hi, Obidike. Obukwana papa no ndo mamula. Ndidi Amaka biko ba anarugum no boda too long.
You need to. Yes, sir. Thank you. No problem, sir. Welcome, great Biafrans. Welcome Onyishu Muwai, Madam BJ Tokafo, our woman leader. I salute you, ma. And welcome fellow Biafran sisters from Omada platform. Welcome the indigenous people of Biafra. My name is Ndamaka Okoroegemon. I'm from, the Sunshine State, and we are here to talk about it. And what are we talking about? The enemy in the house. A simple definition of enemy in the house says, is that person that is antagonistic to another person, especially with the intention to injure, overthrow, or confront. An enemy in the house can be your sibling, can be your professional colleague, can be your business partner, can be your leader, can be even your own child. An enemy in the house is that person that does not care about your feelings, about the injuries it's going to impart on you, about the implications and actions, the outcome of his behavior towards your freedom, towards your liberation, and towards your peace. Having established that, Mazi asks, who is enemy in the house in the struggle of our restoration, or in the journey of this struggle? And I would say that the enemy in the house are many in this struggle. Many of them originate from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, our Supreme Leader's family. Many of them originate from the leadership of he has instituted by himself. Many of them are even among the women and men of Biafra land. Many of them are in the different associations we belong to. Many of them are in government. Many of them are in our traditional leaders. Many of them, they are all over. So we have multiple enemies in the house. Then we have the cohorts of our enemies in the house that include our foreign parasites that are hovering around all of us to get what they want. So having established this, enemy in the house, I'll take it from the family of our great leader, because today we were supposed to talk with Mazi Kalontakalo, and I wanted to ask him a few questions that will probably establish if he's in the category of enemy in the house or he's not. Unfortunately, he who lives in a glass house does not throw a stone. Mazi Kalontakalo, the voice played here said that he was traveling, but he is granting a live interview as I'm talking to you guys now with Dr. Chidi on YouTube. That is an evidence of lying. And how can that be taken with a pinch of salt, that a man that claims to be related to our leader, who is whiter than white, whiter than snow, can lie in a broader light? And he wants us to trust him. I go back to Mazi Kalontakalo as enemy in the house because one, Mazi Kalontakalo knew about his brother's adoption. He masterminded it, he planned it, he executed it clean, and he monitored it. And I'm telling you, Mazi Kalontakalo is sitting on his brother's neck as I'm talking to you now. He is the reason why Nnamdi Kanu is still in the dungeon. There was something Nena said when she started. She said, the cockroach where they bite you inside your house, inside your clothes. Now, that is the rat inside the house that told the one outside that there is fish somewhere. If Mazi Kalontakalo is innocent, who will be championing the release of his brother? But Mazi Kalontakalo started by bringing a narrative that canceled our sit at home that was working, that would have brought our leader out. Mazi Kalontakalo went ahead to hijack the legal team that is representing our leader, and he boasts outside everywhere. You people is trading on the social media, where he said he is in charge of the leadership of the legal team. And Mazi Kalon Takalo boasted that the women did everything they could to get the best lawyer, one of the best lawyers in America, to represent our leader. He has been to America, he has been to Nigeria 5 times, sponsored by the women, and he vowed that he will never see his brother. And he knows when Bruce Fein sees his brother, it's going to be a game changer. If Kalon Takalo is not an enemy in the house, why is he obstructing the people that will help his brother come out? Kalon Takalo is an enemy in the house because he has lies with a Nenayanya, and they are starving our people, our gallant men and women on the ground from finance, thereby hijacking and canceling and closing accounts. All the things Kalon Takalo knew or knows that can help with the release of his brother, he's sitting on them. So my question to Biafrans is this: why would you tell me that Kalon Takalo does not qualify as an enemy in the house? The number one enemy this struggle has, the number one enemy Biafrans have, the number one enemy that is keeping Nnamdi Kanu in the dungeon is Kalon Takalo. And I call on Biafrans today to tell Kalon Takalo to untie his brother. Kalon Takalo is the one that ties his brother to DSS. Nnamdi Kanu is there today is because of Kalon Takalo, period. I stand to be corrected, but if he proves me beyond reasonable doubt, I will apologize. But everything Kalon Takalo has done has geared towards pressing his brother down, keeping his brother in the dungeon. Kalon Takalo has infiltrated the DOS. They shut up their mouth now because he surrounds them with a lot of blackmail. That's why those men cannot speak. If you guys want to get the truth about his stand, people should see Mazi Chinasa Woru and the interview women granted to Chike Doziem prior to their being briefed. That was the truth and nothing but the truth. That interview and Chinasa Woru, where he called Kalon Takalo out to come and tell Biafrans what he knew about his brother, that was the truth. And that was the truth they said before Kalon Takalo infiltrated their gang and they surrounded them with a lot of blackmail. Then they zipped and changed their narrative. The truth was said that initial time. So Kalon Takalo, come and tell Biafrans what you did to your brother. Why were you monitoring the airplane that was picking your brother from Kenya? Kalon Takalo, why did you know that your brother was adopted 8 days? You did not speak up. But you were quick to say that, oh, IPOP saved Mazi Okorocha's son-in-law because of their raising alarm. Kalon Takalo, you knew your brother was adopted for 8 days. You didn't raise alarm. Come and tell Biafrans what you know. Kalon Takalo, sir, yes, sir, I'm coming. Give me a second, please. I plead your indulgence, Chief.
Go ahead.
Kalon Takalo should know that Biafran struggle has passed the level of a younger brother. Please mute yourself, ladies and gentlemen, please. The Biafran struggle has passed the level of I am Nnamdi Kalu's sibling. I am Nnamdi Kalu's brother. You are holding Nnamdi Kalu. You are holding my children. You are holding my generation. You are holding my future. And the Biafra women are telling Kalon Takalo today, please go and release our leader. Release your nails off his neck. Like we pleaded in America that this man should release his nail from George Floyd's knee. Kalon Takalo, please release your nail off Nnamdi Kalu's neck. We need our freedom. The freedom is no longer about the family of Kalon Takalo. It's about 70 to 80 million people you are holding hostage by keeping that man there. Let me be honest with you. George Obiozo of all these people, they will put their hands off if Carlo Takalo says enough is enough. If Carlo Takalo releases his brother, every other person will fall in line. So if you ask me who is enemy in the house, the enemy in the house, number one, the leader of enemies in the house, in as much as there are multiple enemies, the leader of enemy in the house is Carlo Takalo. Carlo Takalo, we Biafran women, we Umada, because on this platform today, I'm representing Umada Biafra worldwide. Carlo Takalo, we are calling you to release your brother from the rope you tied him, from the leash you put on his neck. We need our freedom. Please, come 18, come 19, come 20. Carlo Takalo, it doesn't matter how much talisman you put in your mouth. It doesn't matter how much goat and whatever you bury here and there. I'm a covenant child of God, and we, the Biafran women, are calling you to release Nnamdi Carlo or have us to contend with.
Thank you very much. Thank you, my dear sister. Thank you. You have spoken strongly and clearly. I am sure that my sister Bridget Okafor is listening carefully to your presentation, as well as the rest of the world. You have made your point. This is why we call this show Let's Talk About It. So my producer is going to go to the next person. Bridget, I wish you could say something, but I know we made an agreement. Don't talk. Hey, can you imagine that? I've been married for 52 years. I said to my wife, don't talk. Am I crazy? Anybody that wants to go ahead and say something now, I'm opening the floor to bring all of you and to keep you on the topic of enemies within. The one thing that my sister that just spoke is clear about. Did he have pointed a finger? And so, Biko, raise your hand. Raise your hand so I know who is there's so many. Which one do we? Which one? Oh, there's one hand. Is that bright? It seems like it's bright. My dear, how are you, sir? Bright. How are you, sir? Chief OBDK is here with you. How are you doing, sir? Thank you so much, sir. Welcome. Go ahead. The floor is open. And speak up a little bit on your microphone so we can hear you well. Here will. Oh boy, you're prepared. You're very well prepared, Bright. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Please introduce yourself.
Yes, I want to thank you so much for this pleasurable opportunity that you just gave me to speak. And I want to say very good. I greet everyone in the house here. My name is Bright Osai. I'm from Delta State in a Kassel local government from Abavo Kingdom. So I live in Germany, and it's really a pleasure to be a member of this meeting and to also serve the Biafran freedom movement.
Thank you. Welcome.
As a matter of fact, this topic is a very important topic as far as the life of Biafran people depends on it. Some people in this organization have become a scorn, and they have sold out one of the most important things that we valued so much, and it can no longer be tolerated. And that is why I value this meeting today. And first of all,
we are not hearing Bright. Bright, we are not hearing you at all.
Really?
I don't know whether others are hearing him, but I'm not.
Okay.
Can you hear me, Chief?
Nena, I can hear you, Bright. My brother, go ahead. Nena, I don't know what we have to do, but the technology is going forward. Go ahead, my brother, Bright. Go ahead.
Thank you, sir. So I said that this topic is very, very important for us as Biafran people. You know, I introduced myself before I started. I don't know if me get that very clearly. And if I want to do that again, my name is Osai Bright. I am from
Osai.
Delta State.
Osai from Delta State.
From Delta State in Biafra land.
Thank you.
So, yeah, the topic of today is the enemy within. The enemy within is an internal threat that destroy, if it's a business organization, it destroy productivity, and it's also damage success control. And then there are different procedures to identify enemies within, which was the first thing that the Umwada did. As mothers, you try to identify the problem within the house, the family, and then liaise with the head of the house to provide solution to this problem so that the family can move forward. And Umwada did that, and I have the record here. When Chike Dozie was interviewed, he clearly agreed that he knew who sold Mazin Nnamdi Kanu, our supreme leader. He said in one of the comments he made, he said he cannot carry out any commission of inquiry because he already have the facts in his hands. So for that reason, he can no longer investigate. That is only something that you are not sure of, you don't have any result, you don't have any evidence that you try to investigate it. So that place vindicate him, that place made it very clear that Chike Dozie know who sold Nnamdi Kanu. And from the beginning of his statement, the person he point fingers at, one of them was Kanu Kanu. And that place have made Kanu Kanu a scorn. And then for that reason, Kanu Kanu went ahead to try to embarrass the entire Biafran people by coming out in public to declare himself responsible for the Biafran legal team that was responsible for our great leader. He made it very clear. He said he gave orders. He's not just in charge. He gave orders to the legal team, which means, and when we look at the profile of Kanu Kanu is not a lawyer, and he doesn't have any experience in court, and he's not an official member of the indigenous people of Biafra. And he presented himself in public, announcing that he gives orders to our legal team. That is an embarrassment to the entire Biafran people and the office of the State Department of Biafra. I don't know, because that's a very weak attribute that guy put forward in public. Probably he's doing it to make the government to come out to treat any Biafran people the way they want it. Imagine somebody who does not have any dealings with the office of IPOB. He do not have any relationship. When this thing burst out, the family never raised alarm, and they never take a lawyer for their brother. Then this family take their own lawyer, and then Kanu Kanu is trying to hijack this legal team. This is an assault, a very big one. I don't know if people see it that way, but I know when I'm politely insulted. So, and there are, in my list here, there are about 4 ways to, identify a threat within the house, within a family, and get rid of it. He said, adopt a robust insider policy, number 1. Number 2, raising awareness, having identified a threat within the family. Number 3, take a second look at privileged users. And number 4, monitoring members or employees if it's a business institution. So some of these things have been followed up, like Umwada do the first step. They interview this guy because he's the chief of the Department of State of Biafra. And he made it clear that he was aware, and he made several calls and several things that he said that indicted this man that is called Kanu Kanu. I've not met him before, but I wonder what has given him the impunity, this effortry to carry out his actions that he has made so far. And then let me tell you people, the reason why this action should not be taken for granted. The reason is enemy within give birth to several other enemies. And this thing bring down, no matter how strong that organization is, it bring them to the ground level. One of the most dangerous parts of an enemy within is that it targets the genuine people. It targets the good people within the organization. The reason why enemy within targets the genuine people within the organization is that some of these people they may not like to take bribes. They may not like to keep quiet. They may like to expose them. You know, some of these things are threats to an enemy within. So in order for him to keep this standard or to keep defending himself, he comes out attacking these genuine people, blackmailing them, and several other things will come up. And when blackmail enters an organization, that organization is finished, because what blackmail does in an organization, you will not be able to identify the genuine people anymore. And it damages the trust level of the organization. And when the trust in an organization or a country is destroyed, that organization is gone, because you will not have anybody that you will think that is viable or trustable to work with. And that is the level we are today.
My brother Bright Osai, I thank you. You have made a very strong point. We hear you, but let me add something to what you have said. Biafra will not fall. Biafra will rise no matter who is the enemy, within or without. We will never fall. This movement is going forward. I love what you have said, my dear brother Bright Osai. And I hear you well. Now hear this. We are military, and we have a saying. Now hear this. Now hear this. Now hear this. Biafra will rise. No matter who. Biafra is much bigger than Nnamdi Kanu or his brother or the rat or anybody else that calls themselves suppressors or join in the suppressors or call themselves enemies within. Mbanonim. I love you. I thank you very much. Biafra will never fall. Take that to the bank. Let's move on to the next person. Thank you, my dear brother. Onya, Uche. Hey, Uche. Tedola. Huh? Mbakiwe. Mbakwe.
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Uche Mbakwe, I hear you.
All right, good.
Mas, Chairman. Chief Obidike is greeting you, Kedo.
Thank you.
Cake email.
I didn't to tell.
My brother. All the kind of Sabununo. All the kind of Sabununo. All the Commander Nanuno, Nezunde Mother, well, there are enemies inside.
Thou sayest.
Talk to us, my brother. Mbakwe, talk to me, please.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
I need you to do something. Your telephone. Turn your telephone the other way. Yeah, you look like a stick.
I look like a stick?
Yeah, you look like a stick. Turn your phone the other way.
All right. Is it better now? Okay. All right.
Talk to me, my brother. Tell me something. What can we do about this enemy within? Go ahead.
I'm going to be saying it in English. I thank everybody, particularly ABVet, for organizing this wonderful forum.
Thank you, sir.
Unfortunately, we are missing Kalon Takalo, who at the present moment is granted interview with Chidi. And it's ongoing now. Again, going by the topic, enemy in the house, what do you expect? Do you expect the enemy in the house to be around you when you are discussing the enemy in the house? So, an enemy in the house will try to hide. And that's exactly what Kalunta has done. Much has been spoken by the women, my sisters, Ndidamaka, Rosemary. Also, I want to thank Bridget for showing up, Bridget Ukafo. They all know me. I worked with them, the women group. I have been their supporter in whatever good they're doing, right from the liaison group down to when Bridget organized the women strongly and has been waxing very, very strong. So I want to thank Bridget. You're a rock. And then coming along with the rest of the women, Umuada, I've been with them, I worked with them up to the present time. They have done a good job introducing or trying to identify the enemy in the house. I also want to thank my brother Bright that went ahead to not only discuss the enemy in the house, but also to tell us a little bit about the effect that enemy in the house can cause, how they can derail the work of the good people in the house. So exactly what is going on now. Now my question is, what do we do now that we've identified the enemy in the house? By the way, my name is Uche Mbakwe. I'm from Umuahia North. And I've lived in US since 1977. I'm a Biafran veteran. So let not my looks be deceiving to anybody. So I've been around. I've chewed some years. So I know what I'm talking about. But anyway.
Oh, you look very young.
So the question is, my brothers and sisters, what do we do now that we have identified the enemy in the house?
Oh, is your
we cannot keep complaining. We cannot keep shouting and yelling and whining.
Yes.
We need to help ourselves, because if we don't, our spectators are not going to help us.
Yes.
Our hosts here in America are not going to help us. So we got to start doing something, and then we can expect assistance from the outside. So whatever we do today will amount to zero if we don't take action, if we don't start getting ourselves organized and planning ahead, because we are at a turning point now. Either we fall headlong into the valley, or we reassert ourselves and fight for our survival.
Yes.
So the question is, where do we go from here? And I've been a believer of going extra length, going into the third dimension.
Yes.
Doing something extraordinary to shock my enemy. So that
Amen.
Let me warn everybody. Nnamdi Kanu is not going to be released if we don't do something. If we don't inflict pain on our enemy. I know what I'm talking about. At this point in time, we should not fear any. I mean, being called terrorist. I would rather be called terrorist and survive than be the nice guy and my generation is wiped out. So that's a little bit I want to chip in at this point. Thank you very much.
Uche, must now consider to answer. Let's go to a possible person that can give us an answer. Where do we go from here? We have identified the enemy. We have identified those who are trying to keep us down. Mwa Biafra. Look at that smile. Mwa Biafra. Huh? I greet you, sir.
I am here. I am here. Yeah. I salute everyone. I salute everyone.
Thank you.
Umuada Biafra, Rosemary Williams, Nwada, Ndidi Nwada, so many of them. I've heard so much about them. And of course, Bright spoke very eloquently. And then my brother, Mazu Chembakwe, I salute everyone. And of course, you're the moderator. You know, you are one of a kind. So,
Thank you so much.
so I salute you.
I salute you
very well. Hey, look, I'm not, by the way, my name is Oshion Biafra. That's what they call me around here in Washington, D.C. I've been around. I would say I've been around since the inauguration of the formation of this movement as far back as 1996. That's when this movement was initially launched. And I am so fortunate to be one of those people. I founding member of this movement. Well, I'm not a member of IPOB per se, but I am an IPOB technically. Everybody knows that. I'm a Biafran, and I have no regrets being a Biafran. And I will fight for Biafra till the end. And like Maz Uche was saying, look, and the moderator also, there's no stopping of this train. Nobody's going to stop this train. Well, I have a few suggestions. Once again, I am not a member of IPOB, but from what I've been hearing all along, the enemy or enemies have now been identified. And you know what they say, the guilty is afraid. And what a thing to know that Kalonta chickened out. What a thing to know. Well, you know what they say, it's always good to see people by the action, know people by the action. And right now we know those enemies, including those that surrounded Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I'm so sorry to say that among all those people, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the only Biafran that I have seen so far. In IPOB, I'm not talking about the members. I'm talking about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and those that he surrounded himself with, including his own brother. What a shame. What a daggone shame. And you know, guys, God is not mocked. Many have come to claim what they can do or what they are and all those things. And you know where many of them are now. God is always, as we know, has a final answer. So I have few advice now that we know the enemies within. So the question, like Maz Uche asked, is what next? And here's what is next for me, coming from me. We have identified the problems. We now want to get a solution for the problems. We need to solve the problems. And how do we solve the problem? We need to right now reorganize to rejoin this moving train. And I mean the Biafra moving train, but because guess what? Nobody's going to stop this train. As the moderator said, and as Mazi Uche also followed, nobody's going to stop this train. This train is a spirit, guys. You better recognize. It is a spirit. We are not even doing much. Guess who is doing it? The great Elohim himself. He has a plan for us. We are so blind, we are not even seeing it. He is the one moving this train. Remember, we walked out of Nigeria since 1967. Guys, we have never come back. We've been gone, and we are gone. And God, the great Elohim, is the one that is make everything possible. So I am pleading to everyone that is a Biafran in the heart, not those who are looking for positions, who are looking for things to hold on, who have come looking for things to grab. Those that are real Biafrans that I'm talking to, I ask you to have patience. Please have patience. Be tolerant also to one another, because guess what? At the end of the day, we are going to smile because Biafra is at hand. We're not really doing anything like I said before. God is the one walking it. I prefer using the word the great Elohim. He's the one doing things. If you doubt me, listen to what the Gorbachev, like my big brother, one of my mentors, also a veteran of this movement, used to say, he calls Buhari the Gorbachev of Nigeria. Oh, yes. Nigeria is going to come to an end through this Gorbachev, the one you call Buhari. Listen to the last interview that he gave. Nothing positive, guys. Nothing positive. The Spirit of God is already working on him, and he is going to be the end of Nigeria as we know it. So, brothers and sisters, I salute you guys. Let's move on. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you so much, my dear brother. I just want to make sure to remind everybody, my goodness, our disclaimer that everything and anything that any of our invitees say is their responsibility. We need to do that. You all know we live in this great country where law is the rule of the land. Disclaimer. So we disclaim, before I go to my next person, whatever you say, ABVet does not necessarily comply with us. That's what disclaimers is all about. But I wouldn't do whatever. So let's move on. Hi, Ndidi Amaka. I want to know how my producer likes the way that you and I love the way that you express so many things. Ndidi Amaka, ebeke no. Ndidi Amaka, actually no. We want to hear you. Unmute yourself. Whatever, jump up and down. Ndidi Amaka, we need to hear your voice. Go ahead.
Thank you, Chief, for another opportunity. And thank you,
Chief Obidike.
Thank you, Chief Obidike, for another opportunity. And thank you, great Biafrans. You know, they say truth is always as white as crystal. I'm not saying it because I want to be praised. I'm saying it because it is the truth. I'm saying it because that is exactly what it is. When you talk of, we cannot talk of equity without talking about justice. We cannot talk about freedom without talking about how we got the journey so far. So our freedom depends on Kalonta Kalu, period. Biafrans, your freedom depends on Kalonta Kalu releasing his brother. If you people want your freedom, Biafrans, tell Kalonta Kalu to hands off everything about Biafra freedom fighting. Kalonta Kalu is not a principal DOS member. Kalonta Kalu did not get the Biafran's mandate in the absence of his brother. Biafran freedom and fighting and restoration is not a hierarchical lineage of Faruku. We are not here for the lineage of Faruku and their kingship. We are here fighting for a nation where my life, the life of my children, born and unborn, is at stake. So we are not saying it because we want to praise me or praise anybody. We are saying it because it is the right thing. It is where our problem lies. Kalonta Kalu, release your brother. Why did Kalonta Kalu call off sit at home that brought the zoo on the news? Why did Kalonta Kalu, hijack our legal team? Mazi Ejiofor has been with our leader in thick and thin. That guy has gone through a lot and he still stood firm. What did Kalonta Kalu do to Ejiofor that got him upset? And then he probably hands off his hand. And now Kalonta Kalu, how did he go to tell us that he's in charge? My question to Biafrans is that who is paying the legal team of Nnamdi Kalu? If we Biafrans are using our money, our monthly collections to pay for the legal team of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, why would his brother, who is not even in the legal team, who is not even a lawyer, who is not even a member of the DOS, hijack that? What was that blackmail that he put across to Chena, Sanworu, Chike Dozem, Former, all of them that made them hands off? What did they eat? They eat the forbidden fruit and now they are naked walking around? They should talk to Biafrans. So my question is, if we must move forward, Kanu Takalo has to hands off everything about leadership, legal or not legal, financial or not financial. He should go and sit down and leave Biafrans. This autopiloting, they call us Umada Highway. We don't care. They have blackmailed us of a bribery and corruption. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. You can say whatever you want to say. I am a woman on a mission. I cannot be stopped. I am not afraid of anybody. I respect people. But Kanu Takalo is holding our future in his brother's hand. He needs to let go. Kanu Takalo, step aside. Biafran Umada are telling you to step aside. This is not a Faruku kingship. This is not, we didn't say Nnamdi Kanu is not your brother, but he is our leader. Our future, the future of our children depends on how far Nnamdi can go or how far we all can go as a group. And we're telling you to step aside. You are not the person that will lead this leadership because you are not sincere. Okay. Having lied this afternoon that you were traveling when you were already on YouTube with Chidi, Dr. Chidi, granting an interview, that tells you that's not the kind of Biafra we want to be. We don't want an extended Nigeria. We don't want an extended Nigeria where whom you know, what you know, you cover because is your brother, is your sister, is your friend. No. The Biafra we want to go into is the Biafra where the law, the justice system of the land, we put in position if you misbehave. We want, when you say it is white, let it be white. When it is black, let it be black. Kanu Takalo, you've lied not 1, 2, 3. We want you to hands off. Umada are telling you, Kanu Takalo, hands off. If you have any enemy among us, hands off with the enemy. If you have any friend among us, hands off from the person. We cannot be blackmailed. It doesn't matter whatever anybody puts out there. It doesn't matter whoever you people are using. If you are enemy in the house among the women leadership, both Biafra women, both a mystery or no a mystery, both Umada, anywhere you are, both investigators and any category you're serving in Biafra land. If you are enemy in the house, causing confusion here and there, we Umada are telling you hands off. The God of the land is on ravage. The God of the land has been unleashed. It's going to strike people dead.
Thank you so much.
Takalo, please, Biafrans, we need to sit at home again. We need to start this economic downtime again.
Thank you.
If we don't do something extraordinary, the zoo will not think we are serious. They have infiltrated the DOS. They have crept into the fabrics of the leadership of indigenous people. But Dumada and the genuine Biafrans are saying enough is enough. We have reason. Whether Nnamdi today or no Nnamdi today, Biafra must come.
Thank you.
Nnamdi Kanu did a great job. He has already risen that consciousness amongst us. It doesn't matter whatever anybody does. Even if Amaka is taken down today, God forbid, I am not afraid. Another Amaka more vocal than me, we emerge somewhere. We need Kanu Takalo to step aside. We need our freedom. Kanu Takalo, stop where Kanu Takalo, so that we have our freedom. Unleash your brother, both spiritually and physically. Unleash your brother, Kanu Takalo. We will not let you go unless you leave Nnamdi to go. Kanu Takalo.
Thank you. Thank you, my dear Ndiamaka. Thank you very much. Your point is well taken. We acknowledge it very well. Now, my dear brothers and sisters all over, you know this technology thing, you can continue it, and I'm so sorry if I'm going to miss some people from being able to speak and to express their views. But next Sunday, we will have another program of call that will be calling now. Let's talk about it. But I cannot end without hearing one more time a critical voice, a major voice. Nena, my sister Becky, you know.
Ndewo.
Ndewo Chief Obidike na ekenekwo.
Ana m ekelekwa onye ọbụla ọzọ.
Because, you know, bring
Topic
this
anyị
to a
taa
close.
enemies within.
Yes, bring it to a close.
Enemies within is our topic of today. And I want to make a final submission, identifying the enemies within, providing for them or giving them information on what to do and what not to do, and then ending up by telling them what we really want. 1, enemies within have been identified as 1, some members of leadership of DOS. Enemies within have been identified as our political leaders in Biafra land, Southeast and South-South. Enemies within have been identified as the leadership in religious words, the bishops, some reverend fathers, many of the pastors. Because of their silence, because of their inaction, they have all become enemies within. Enemies within also include some gullible Biafran who are standing on the fence. They are neither hot nor cold. And the Bible said they should be spitted out. The major enemies of within that we have identified, which my sister and they have spoken extensively, is our brother. I still will ask, I will take him as a suspect, not really confirmed enemy within. Because I understand from the following statement he made. 1, he told them that he knew about the rendition of our brother, our leader, our president, our Lord, our supreme leader, but never told anybody. Number 2, some e-rights through their information boasted that he said our dear lawyer from America will not see Nnamdi Kanu by the name of Barrister Bruce Fenn. I also heard from his mouth that he said he is not the one overseeing the account of ESN and looking after ESN. I don't know how. Also, I was told that he encouraged the floating of another account away from what the account our leader has approved. I saw that, I heard it from the voice record he played to our dear brother, Simon Ekpa. He said that. He also told us by his mouth that he is now the one in control of appointing lawyers. And not only appointing lawyers, he gives them instruction on what to do. That's what he told us. Also, we have seen by his action that he has taken over the DOS and their functions. And the DOS have been reduced to zombie, taking order from him. I have identified some of the DOS as the enemies within, and the chief of them is China Sanwo-Olu. China Sanwo-Olu, by his voice, have been threatening ESN. He has been telling our leaders, if what you say you don't withdraw, you will see the consequence. And we have understood that he has sent out names of former ESN members and those that disagree with him, and he termed them fake ESN. and he has given their numbers to the Nigerian government, and they are killing them in mass. This is by his own mouth, because I want to say what I heard from you, not somebody told me. And Chinasa Nworu should also try as much as possible to reduce his pomposity and pride. He should have humility in talking to his fellow men. Every man he speaks is a man of the house. He has a house and children and family. So talking to them, he should be a little bit humble. Otherwise, pride comes before a fall, and that fall is coming very fast. I also want to talk to Chike Doziem, who have been identified as an enemy within. Chike Doziem, you are now a zombie. There is nothing coming out of you that is your own making, that is your own decision. But you are being dished out information to say. So that should stop. Either you are a man or you are nothing, and you leave the post so that somebody else can take over. We also identify as enemies within the politicians. And I'm talking to the political class in the eastern part of Nigeria, that they should stay clear of Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu is not in their own level. He is untouchable. He is unbribable. He is whiter than the white. He can never be compromised. They should leave him alone. He is a servant of Elohim. He has only one agenda. Set him free and let there be restoration of Biafra through referendum. Anybody visiting him in that DSS dungeon that has nothing to add or to submit within this direction of freedom of Nnamdi Kanu and restoration of Biafra through referendum, they should stay clear of him. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, His Royal Highness, His Excellency, is unbribable. You cannot bribe him. He has told you that either Biafra or death. But I said to him, he will be in the Biafra, he will be alive, and he will be there to overtake and look after the restoration of Biafra and eat from his labor. He will not die, he will live. They should let him go. ESN is alive. IPOB is alive. Ndi Igbo, I will conclude. Onye na-amahụ, nwata akpọ n'azụ, amahụ na ije dị anya. Onye akpọ n'azụ amahụ na ije dị anya. All the men that share Naira in Ghana must go, in Abuja, and they are running into DSS. They are talking to Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu does not see money. He does not see property. He only sees Biafra, and Biafra alone. Let him go. Set him free. And all must hail Biafra. Thank you all.
Chief, you are muted.
If we cannot hear you, Chief.
Muted me.
Chief.
Have you unmuted me? Am I unmuted? Okay, I'm unmuted. Normally, I would say, okay, so now, but I cannot just walk away because I have a producer who is stubborn as a brick. And when he says, we must hear from Bridget Okafor, my dear sister, I can't do anything but hear, demand that you come and say something. And then after you, then I will tell everybody, I will then make my closing statement. My dear sister, no.
There
were one name.
Thank you, Chief Obinna.
Obidike.
Obidike. I am so sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not going to make that mistake again. I promise you. I promise you I won't make that mistake again. All right. In fact, my heart is filled with joy this afternoon hearing every one of you speak. It just brings me back to my leadership. I thank God the way I have an open hand to everybody. Every woman in our forum have a right. You have a right to rise up. You have a right to say what you want to say. You have a right to make your choice without restriction. Whether you come to us today or you came to us yesterday, you have the right. And I have seen, and most of us have seen the fruit of that method of leadership. Ebiri mmiri akụchala, ọ ga-ezuru ike. Onye nwe anyị ga-anọrọkwa n'isi ogbe again. I do not have to start from the beginning how I wanted to start it and how I wanted to start my speech. I'm just going to jump it in the middle. And probably next week, I'm going to start from the beginning. But for today, I'm going to jump in the middle. The middle that I'm going to jump is just like one of our brother Brights said, to re-strategize. The word is re-strategize. It's time for us to re-strategize. And to add to what everybody has said, another enemy within that has really destroyed so many things amongst us without our knowing it is the people who broadcast, the broadcasters, the people in the media who are telling our people lies for passion, and they are believing them. And that lies has caused a lot of problem amongst us. So I am appealing to everyone who will go out there to say something, whether you are saying it to a group of people, whether you are saying it to the hearers of Biafrans, make sure that what you are saying is the truth, because our people are so hungry with information and they gobble all those things. Then if it is not true, it's causing a lot of problem. And we keep on being disorganized, keep on fighting ourselves for nothing. Those are the things that has made me to keep quiet. I decided to watch things the way it is, not saying anything. But as luck will have it, it looks like it's coming to an end. We can now see the truth. And it's time for us to re-strategize and see who is actually looking for Biafra. We need to find out who are the people who are actually looking for Biafra, not people who are talking about Biafra and Nnamdi Kanu, because we have seen that some of them that keep on talking about Nnamdi Kanu do not actually love Nnamdi Kanu. And also we have seen that some people who are jumping around, all they are jumping around is for a position, not actually to do something. So it's time for us to come together, those who are genuinely looking for Biafra. It's time for us to come together and plan what to do. Just like I said from the first time, because after Onyendu was rendition for 2 days, I was completely off. I was confused. I did not know what to do, because the last time I spoke to him, we had an important project that was going on. And all of a sudden, he shut down. We tried all the best we can to get him on the phone. He was not answering. And what we were told is that he is in a mountain praying. And we believe that, because most of the time he goes out to pray. He doesn't want to be bothered. Then immediately after that 2 days, when I got up from my confusion, the first person I thought about was the wife. I said to myself, if I'm feeling this way, I wonder how the wife is feeling. I started looking for information on how to get in touch with the wife, but I did not succeed at that time. And then we started hearing so many. At first, there was blank everywhere. There was no information. Then all of a sudden, there was flood of information coming in. And, at that time, our people need to know what is going on. Why will somebody like Nnamdi Kanu ndị mmadụ na-ekwusi na anwụrụ ya dịka nwa ọkụkọ? And it's true. And it's very shameful for us, ndị Igbo. If there is nothing we can take out, let us think about how a whole Nnamdi Kanu. I want everybody to paint flashback to that picture of him being handcuffed on that, is it 22nd of, I had to look at that picture. I had to remember that day. It was a big letdown. It was a big blow to us, to every one of us. It was a big blow.
My dear sister.
It has happened. We can't revert it. It has happened. And it should be a lesson for us. This is this month.
Thank you.
Suffering, waiting every day to come out.
Thank you.
And he has a son that is 5 years old that is looking out for his dad to come out every second.
Thank you.
So it's a big blow for us. So we have to re-strategize and find out what to do. They wouldn't. Thank you so much.
They were my dear sister, Cal. They very much. Thank you so much. I want to thank everybody who came on the air today. And I apologize for those people that were not able to speak. But next Sunday, we'll have a special guest that will be here on ABVet, on Let's Talk About It. And I said it, I did not give it away, but she is a very powerful, international person. You miss it, your problem. I certainly will not miss it. And I know that Nwa Biafra will not miss it. I know that Ndidi Makama will not miss it. I know the Uche will not miss it. I know that so many people will not miss this opportunity to talk with here. Finally, from the top. I'm not talking about God. I'm talking about, top of the leadership. Next Sunday, my people will go ahead and put the information out. We're now come to the conclusion of this show. And I usually like to end the show with, let's talk about it with something, but there was so much that was said today. The one thing that was clear is the identification of whom are alleged to be the enemies within and that are creating problems for all of us in our attempt to formulate and return the nation of Biafra. So let us go ahead and end this program. I just ask those young men and women that are at home, stay strong, stay well, protect yourself. And I say that from a military perspective. Protect yourself. God made you and you only. God protects you, but you must also protect yourself. So take that to where you want to, but protect yourself. Protect your family. Protect the community. Protect Ali Biafra. Protect everybody that has anything to do with our people. God will take care of Nnamdi Kanu and the rest of us. But on the immediate side, on the forefront, on the ground level, get nothing. Keep your eyes open. Mama used to say, I used to ask Mama, how did you know that I did something wrong or that I'm doing something? I don't know how that means. How does she have 3 eyes? I only have 2. Biafra will survive, but let's not take it for granted that it's automatic. It is not automatic. We must fight for ourselves and protect our future. Until next weekend, by the grace of God. God bless you. Thank all of you. When I can know, you did very well. Very well. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Sir.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.